Hello students, today I am here to discuss the nerve impulse. Firstly, what is nerve impulse? It is an electrical signal which is transmitted by the neurons around the nervous system. Now, the distribution of ions and charge across the surface of a neuron. Here I have shown the neuron cell membrane, and here outside the membrane the concentration of sodium ion is higher as compared to the inside, and the concentration of potassium ion that is high inside the neuron and it is low outside the neuron. And also the negatively charged proteins, they reside within the neuron. This all results in a resting potential of minus 70 millivolt across the membrane. Now, what are the factors which are responsible for this resting potential? The membrane is very impermeable to sodium ions, so this cannot diffuse back in. And the membrane is slightly more permeable to the potassium ion, so they diffuse out slowly. As more sodium ions, more potassium ions, they diffuse out as compared to the sodium ion, they move in. Therefore, that results in a more positive charge outside the neuron as compared to the inside. And also the negatively charged proteins, they remain within the neuron. Therefore, all this results in outside more positive with respect to the inside, and this charge difference is responsible for the resting potential. At this point, the neuron is said to be polarized. There is one another factor which is responsible for this resting potential, that is the sodium pump, which operates in the neuron membrane by utilizing the energy of ATP. This pump that transports the 3 sodium ions outside the neuron membrane and 2 potassium ions inside, resulting in the more electropositive outside as compared to the inside. Then next, here is a diagram which shows the events during an action potential. When the membrane is at the resting stage, the outside is more electropositive as compared to inside. Here I have shown the 3 type of channels or gates. The first one are the voltage gated sodium channels, then the voltage dependent potassium ion channel, then this one is the potassium channel. At the resting stage, when there is no stimulus, this potassium channel they open and potassium ion they move outside, making the outside more electropositive as compared to the inside. The neuron is said to be polarized at this condition. When the neuron gets stimulus that leads to the opening of the voltage gated sodium channels, leading to the inflow of sodium ions inside the axon, that makes the inside positive as compared to the outside. At this stage, the neuron is said to be depolarized. Therefore, from the resting potential, an action potential is acquired by opening of the sodium channels and the neuron is depolarized. After that, the voltage gated sodium ion channel they close and the voltage dependent potassium ion channel they open, leading to the outflow of potassium ion from the membrane. That results in again the repolarization of neuron. The membrane is hyperpolarized at this stage, and then potassium ion channel they close and potassium ion again diffuse back into the axon to recreate the resting potential. From here first was the neuron was polarized, then it become depolarized, then again it undergoes repolarization and become hyperpolarized, and again it attains the resting potential. Okay. Then the action potential. As we know, during the resting potential, sodium and potassium ion voltage gated channel, they remain closed, and the neuron is said to be polarized. That means outside is more electropositive as compared to the inside. Then the sodium ion gated channel open on receiving a stimulus. The sodium ion, they start diffusing inside the neuron. That causes inside of neuron to become more electropositive, and this stage is known as the depolarized stage. Then sodium ion channel they close and potassium gated channel they open, and the potassium ion they diffuse outside the neuron, and that inside become less electropositive, and this condition is known as the repolarization, and the neuron is said to be repolarized. As the neuron has its resting potential restored, and during this time sodium and potassium ions they diffuse in and out of the cell, and they are redistributed by the active pump. The next are the properties of action potential. Action potential, they have a threshold value, means a minimum level of stimulus that is necessary to create depolarization, that is to open the ion channels. And second principle is all or none principle. According to this principle, all the action potential are of the same size irrespective of the intensity of stimulus. It means beyond the threshold value, the stimulus, they cause the same effect. Whatever the intensity of the stimulus is, the action potential remain the same. Then the speed of conduction of the nerve impulse. The transmission speed can range from 0.5 meter per second to over 100 meter per second, and the impulse transmission speed that may be increased either by increasing the diameter of the axon, but this is not possible because this imposes constraints on the packing of large number of axon into the nerve fiber. The another point is having a myelin sheet. A myelin sheet is composed of tightly packed layers of cell membrane which are wrapped around the axon. Here I have shown the myelin sheet around this axon, and this point where this sheet is missing, that points are known as the node of Ranvier. And in case of the myelinated nerve fibers, the action potential, they cannot be generated by the myelinated regions because they act as the insulators. And in the myelinated nerve fiber, the action potential, they are only generated at the node of Ranvier's, and the potential is seem to jump from one node to another node, and this type of conduction is known as the saltatory conduction. This diagram shows the saltatory conduction. This one is the myelin sheet around the axon. At these areas the myelin sheet is absent, and these areas are known as the node of Ranvier. Exchange of the ions that occurs only at these points. Therefore, the action potential generates at the node of Ranvier, and it jumps from one node to the another node, and this type of conduction is known as the saltatory conduction. And due to this saltatory conduction, the nerve impulse transmission is much faster in case of the myelinated nerve fiber as compared to the non-myelinated nerve fibers. And this was all about the nerve impulse conduction and transmission. Thank you. Have a nice day.